So it's time to take a close look at this goodie box. The goodie box with all kinds of cool Sega stuff. Or is it like absolutely crap? That we're going to find out, so stay tuned and let's go. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to do a quick deep dive into this box. And this is the Wicked Sega box with all kinds of cool goodies. Or not really. So in the last couple of years I've collected all kinds of cool Sega stuff. And I think most of the items still own. There were still particular ones I still want to have. So let's take a close look inside the box. Well, here you can see here we can see we do have like all kinds of like different devices that we're going to take a close look. Let's do a quick recap of all these things. And yeah, what did we get? Oh boy. I grew up with Sega and I love Sega so much. So when something like this comes on my path, I just need to pick it up. Recently I did release a couple of videos. This is one of them, like quite interesting, like the €1 or $1 like plug and play systems. Then we have like these weird looking ones set time, you know, like never seen these before. Like I picked them up from the marketplace here. And I was just really intrigued just to see what we're going to get. They're like plug and play, work by batteries, but later on we'll check it out. Oh boy, cable nightmare. And then we have like the blue and the red Sonic version. There was only one thing I still want to have in my collection. That is the Street Fighter version that I want to review here on the channel. I did find a couple of them, but they were like boxed and absolutely like outrageous priced. So I'm always searching for a budget price. Yeah, they're not like in the best condition. We can see over it missing the sticker. So yeah, I can live with it. But I think it's so cool to check them all out just to see what are we going to get. So you know, that's what we're going to do today. Let's go! Oh, that's Mario. Ooh, that is so pretendo. In this video, we are going to do a quick overview of all those weird plug-and-play devices I have recently, or better said, like the last years I picked it up. I just wanted to see, are they any good? You know, some of you already know the answer. But still, you're watching, and I hope you will still keep watching, because it's going to be a blast to the past with Sega and games. Oh boy, so let's see which one I can pull out of this freaking shenanigans of cable nightmare. You know, let's grab the blue one first. Alright, so this is what you're going to get, and I did notice all of these, let's say, plug and play devices have an, let's say just mini Mega Drive casing with a PCB board with all the ROMs inside. Alright, so the controller itself, it looks pretty cool. I don't know what it's with you, but I really love the 3 buttons. I like this clunky big controllers. The 6 button is nothing wrong with, but still I'm a big fan of the 3 button. Alright, so the first thing what I'm noticing with this, it's got a very clicky D-pad and it doesn't feel bad at all. So if you feel the controller in general, it's really not a bad controller to play with. I have felt a lot of flimsy controllers in my life already from China, so I know when the controller is not bad. And what is very unique, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, they even have given these button a little curve. That is something that was the original controller didn't have this. So that is pretty unique. So they even improved it a little bit. We're having the start button and we're having the menu button that goes back to the menu. Alright, so this plug and play device has 6 games built in, 6 different games. So not like the, let's say, the Chinese version that have a lot of homebrew or cheat version, or the, let's say, games that are 6 times the 6 games and you can just basically skip through each level. Alright, so this is what you're going to get. Let's hook it up through the television. I'm grabbing my old LCD and let's see how it runs, because I'm pretty curious now. Is it crap or is it good? We shall find out. Alright, so let's power on the system. I'm using the external power supply because this is way more convenient. Oh, the menu looks really cool. There is a small delay in the menu. Or there's nothing. As you can see, there isn't really big delay in this menu. Nevertheless, alright, 6 games, not a lot, no way of adding new games. This is what you're going to get. It's 50 Hz, so it's Paul. Alright, let's play the first stage. The controller feels really good. The controller feels very nice. It's that the sound is a little bit horrible, but the emulation is not bad at all. I've played the game so many times. Ah, missed it. Let's go to the main menu and let's play another game. Kid Comedian. By the way, never owned this game. I did notice it with the rental stores, but I never had it in... No, I never had it. No, I can't play with 2 players because this thing only supports 1 player. Again, gameplay is very nice. Ooh. Oh. Alright, so the next one I wanted to take a close look at are these time ones. It's time for Sega, absolutely. So let's take a close look at this, like there is no brand whatsoever. Just see what we're going to get with this. Consoles, weird stuff, let's put it that way. But this seems to be like a Sega device with 3 buttons, so quite interesting, and I'm curious what kind of games are on it and how good is it. What makes this thing really unique is very simple, is that we're going to get 2 controllers and 1 with an audio jack, because this thing needs to be connected in that one. Yeah. So I have found this product and it was not cheap like always, but it doesn't matter, I want to make a review about it and just wanted to show you. It works on 4 AA batteries. But the weird thing is like the controls. Normally we're going to get 6 button. The shape, it is nothing like in Sega Mega Drive, or there is no decal whatsoever, no add games. So that's pretty clear, very interesting. On and off switch over there. This is the jack output, and the reason why, because here we're going to connect the second controller that we're going to try out in this video. So the floating D-pad that we've seen before with many different devices, they are not really bad. Select start, ABAC, and of course the LED for the power. So let's get ourselves some batteries and let's hook it up, because I am curious. First of all, does this thing even work? Okay, for plugging it in, there is no HDMI, it's old school, yep. Okay, so let's plug it in, 1 for the video and 1 for the audio, so it's going to be freaking mono sound. Let's power on the device and let's see what we're going to get with this machine. Alright, let's power it on and let's see what we're going to get. Sonic and Knuckles, Alien Storm, Columns, Golden Axe. And that's it, folks. So there are actually like 5 freaking games on this machine. Okay, whatever. Let's power it on. Oh boy. Okay, that doesn't sound great. Okay, here it comes. Huh. I was thinking it's going to be like sounding really fast, but it sounds really slow. The D-pad is quite comfortable, and same goes for the controller. But the weirder thing is with this device is that it is Sega games. There is no add games on this machine. Like, what the hell is going on with this time controller? But also interesting thing is that we can play together with 2 players. That is something you don't see very often with plug and play devices. Oh, the sound effects are all being messed up. Yeah, Doggy, I know. It's really horrible. I agree with you. I agree with you. Let's try another game. I'm going to kill myself in this game. Yeah. Woohoo! Alright, so let's connect the second controller over here. Okay, it seems to be fitting in. Okay, that is interesting. So it also has an LED, you can turn it on and off. Okay, so let's put this thing at the side. Any song can be played together with somebody. I'm just going to play by myself. Me, myself, and I. Alright, let's power it on. Ah, here it says 1 player, 2 player version. Yeah, it seems to be working. And now let me guess, I'm turning it off. Oh, it's selecting the character, but that doesn't do anything. When I'm turning it on. Quite interesting. I have never seen a plug and play device that has like compatibility with a second controller. Fun fact, like this thing weighs almost nothing because the batteries are in this freaking thing. But there was no way of... there was basically no way to say like connect a 9-volt adapter or something like that. Okay, let's power it up. See, there is no At Games logo whatsoever. Oh boy, this sound is really bad. Oh, thanks. Because I couldn't take it anymore. What a really awful sound. The weird thing is like some sound effects are okay, but some are like freaking awful. Okay, let's press the menu button again. Okay, let's see. Golden X. But if you're wondering why the music's so slow, is that because these are like all the PAL games. But in the top, I think you couldn't see it, like it says Sega Mega Drive, so it indicates that it's a Mega Drive system. Oh crap. Always doing that. I was like, which button should I have? Click. He's going to stab me in the back. Come on. Oh. It went okay this time. Oh crap, I was too late. Okay, let's press the menu button again. The last one, Shadow Dancer. There was also like a big sound difference between the game, because columns sound really loud. This game doesn't sound that bad. Oh crap. Shadow Dance is a really cool game to play. It's a cable nightmare out there, but let's take a close look at the red Mega Drive, because it came with different games. It came without box. I don't know what's on here, but whatever. Let's take a close look at it. The form factor is the old school 3-button Sega Mega Drive or Genesis controller I personally grew up with. I don't know what the hell happened to this thing. There is like this blue weird paint on it. It's not it's not going to be original, but we're going to get the A, B and C. The only thing that is different with looking at an original controller, they're going to get the menu button. We do have start. This just says here 16-bit power. But what I think about the D-pad, it is different, absolutely different than the original one. It got more like a cheap click to it, and it got a very long travel. But that's the only thing that we're going to get with the controller. And of course it's red, because I also reviewed the blue one. And both of them will have like their unique set of games. The console itself is basically like this mini Mega Drive or Genesis console. Comes with a power button, there is no reset whatsoever. At the bottom we're going to get ourselves the battery compartment. Let's see, it says here like Sega toys, only needs 6 volts. Here we're going to see like where the plus and minus needs to be, because we can basically also use an power supply. So if you want to use this thing like an actual console, we're not with batteries, that is one of those options, but we're going to use the battery compartment. The biggest problem with plug and plays, when I'm buying them, there's always like the gamble, are the batteries inside, and not to forget, are they like have been leaking inside. So this one seems to be looking very nice, absolutely new condition. Oh man, I just realized I only got like 3 batteries, so I need to search for the 4th one. Alright, so let's plug in the 3 I'm having here and let's power it on later on, because I'm curious if this thing is going to be working, because I didn't check that out. Alright, so the 4th battery is entered and yep, it still works. Over here we're going to get the power LED. So let's close this thing up and let's plug it into a monitor and just see what are we going to get. So, do you know what we're going to do today? We're going to do full retro mode with this bloody thing, and let's get myself the CRT television. I just want to show this thing on a CRT. That's going to be like freaking epic and old school. Okay, when powering on, we're going to see the logo and even the one from Sega Toys. Bum, 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 bum. And they call this thing the Sega Arcade Legends. So when booting up the machine, basically what we're going to get are 6 different games. And typical Fiery Core engine did have like this thing that you can choose different levels for a certain game, but we don't have it now. You're just going to get the game and we click on start, we're going to boot into it. So let's take a close look at Sonic the Hedgehog number 2. Okay, so for the US watchers, a lot of these games will run very slow because it's basically PAL system. Oh, my ears are bleeding, that sound! It's such a waste that they just messed it up again. So I must say, like, when you're looking at the visual quality, it's not bad at all. Like, it looks very decent on a CRT. But you can just, when you're hearing the jumping sound, it's barely noticeable. Like, it's so completely out of balance. Oh, man. To be honest, I can't take this anymore. It's freaking awful. Alright, so next up, let's try Echo the Dolphin. I must say that it was a pretty damn good title, but never got really into it. This Echo the Dolphin, let's say, lineup of games. So I think this game has pretty damn decent soundtracks, but it sounds so awful on this game system. I personally never played it before. So yeah, I must say, like, the previous game, that sound was like absolutely like unforgivable. I'm almost dying here. Alright, so when it comes to the visual quality, it's not bad at all, but the audio is such a pain to hear. Like, it's absolutely like completely destroying the real Sega Genesis or Mega Drive experience. And that's such a bummer, you know, like they are selling so many of these freaking devices and they come on all kinds of form factors. I can still remember I had this plug and play only console. So it's quite interesting they're still selling this, and damn it, I need to get a different screwdriver. I just want to open it up and just see what is inside this thing. And also kind of weird that there is no way of playing together. There are not a lot of games you can play together, but again, like, when it comes to functionalities, there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. Alright, so let's see how this thing looks in the inside. And already mentioned like a couple of times before that I also reviewed the blue version. I think there was also in Street Fighter quite a lot of, let's say, versions out there. Sometimes I managed to pick a couple of these things up. I love to check them out just to see if there's any decent version out there. But again, like plug and plays, oh man, I love plug and play devices. So let's remove these screws. They're like super easy to open up. Alright. Alright, let's put the screwdrivers aside. Let's click it open. Ooh, be very gentle. Because these are like some freaking thin wires they are using. Alright, so let's take a close look in here. It's a quite interesting way how they assembled everything. They did use a lot of hot glue. That's a very positive thing. So the cables cannot get loose fairly easy. Here we're going to get the black blob. They even put a freaking sticker on it. Quality control, something like that. So everything indeed have been like freaking hot glued. That is very nice. And of course, you use soldering. Then we're going to get the PCB over here. That's basically for the on and off switch at the bottom. Nothing really fancy. You can see the cables go here to the main board. And all the other cables for communication is for the freaking controller goes in here. So when you're looking at this thing, I must say the first thing I'm noticing, like there are a lot of like capacitors on this thing. Something you don't see very often nowadays. So let's see what the number says over here. Here you can see like it defines what kind of model. It's basically running on PAL S or something like that. But there's no way of reading when this thing was made. No date whatsoever. So yeah guys, so this is basically what we're going to get in the inside. It is not like really fancy because it's just a plug and play. But it's still also like always like very interesting to see what are we going to get. So this chip does have some Asian markings on it, but nothing interesting in English, just say F440 or something like that. 32 megabytes. I'm guessing this is the ROM they're using, but that's it. Oh yeah, the ones I picked up for $1 freaking. Let's take a close look at these. It works on 4, holy crap, 4 AA batteries. Oh boy, man, and it's like a real plug and play. There is no way to plug in an adapter, so that's what you're going to get. The D-pad itself, oh boy. Ooh, it's really sturdy. It's really sturdy. It's like a floating D-pad. You can see it with the 6-button Mega Drive. Only this is the 3-button menu button and start. Okay, so let's grab myself some batteries and let's plug it in, because it's going to be some plug and play action, old school with EV out. Sadly with mono. Oh, I hate it. Oh no. Alright, so I bought this product. The only problem I'm always having with these devices, not with this one by the way, because he sent me a really nice one, that they are leaving the freaking batteries in. Let me know in the comments if you have seen this problem many times. I have this all the freaking time. So when I'm getting myself plug and play devices, most of the time it's going to be a freaking nightmare. Over here with the on and off switch, you can see like the LED goes on. Oh, over there, like wicked color. Oh man, having a brain fart again, having a brain fart. So don't forget to check out my second channel, the Wicked Brain Fart channel. So let's plug in the audio with the white cable and the yellow for the display. Let's power on the monitor and let's go. Let's have some fake Sega power. Alright, so let's turn it on. It comes with the fire core. Oh, by the way, the music will be slightly slower than you know it, especially for the US watchers, because we had 50 or Paul here. Yeah, I hate it myself too, but okay, that's what you're going to get. Okay, the collection itself is interesting. Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic Spinball, Alien Storm Columns, Decap Attack. Let's go to the Mean Bean Machine, Echo, E-SWAT, Goal Next 2, Shadow Dancer, and that's it. There are only 2 pages. There is no way of adding games, so that would be so cool if you can find like a plug and play device if you make something in China. So you have like an SD card you can plug in. That would be so cool. But yeah, that's it. So let's try some games. Oh boy. I'm not excited. I'm nervous because this is not going to be good. I know it. I can feel it. I feel it with my wicked mojo. Okay. Oh, this sounds really bad. I just taking fair and I shit my pants. Oh my god, what is this? It's really horrible. So I already told you, like, it sounds a little bit slower. Oh, that sound of the rings. Oof. How can you mess up this memory? It's Sonic with bad sound. Nope, you missed me, buddy. That sound. My ears are bleeding. Oh. Normally, I just love the soundtrack. The sound for the first stage. I love the soundtrack. Toxic Caves. How do I use the second flipper? I'm going to kill myself. How do I freaking use it? My second flipper doesn't work. Oh, that's how it works. Alright. Even though the sound of this game sucks, I can live with it. Shadow Dancer. Alright. I always had the idea like some of these games sound less worse than the other one. I don't know why it is, but like that sounds okay. The image quality itself is not bad at all, because I have seen my share of shitty products, especially when it comes to AliExpress. Most of the AliExpress products have a really bad sound or a combination of bad signal output. Talking in gaming is really pretty damn hard. Okay, let's try it again. Well, let's try another game. Eastward 1990. Let's put it up. I never played it back in the day when I was a child. I wish I did, because this game is pretty cool. The same like Rolling Thunder. But I did play that game. Rented it a couple of times from the renting store called Videoland. Oh man, good times. Still the sound is completely messed up, stuff like that, but again, I can enjoy the games. Maybe it's possible that I am not familiar with the soundtracks. People who are familiar with this game will really hate it. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. Holy crap, this sounds really weird. Give it a little bit of a beat with it and we're going to get some hardcore. It doesn't really sound like horrible, it sounds completely messed up. Yay! And then I press the button for the freaking power up. I was just hitting the wrong way. I'm like Wario. Mamma mia! Slice you in half. So Golden X2, I must say I really love these games. Oh crap, I was too late. But I was going to get my ass kicked in these games. Do you know what? Do you know what? Time for the special. Oh yeah. Okie dokie, so let's open it up. Nowadays I just love doing teardown of these systems, just to do a quick peek in the inside. Sometimes we can find some information, sometimes we can't because they use a black bob and protecting some information. Protecting them. Yes, my friends. But that doesn't matter, I just want to do a quick teardown, removing all of the markers. And be over it, because I want to tear down the Sega Ed Games shitty controller. Okay, this one's already loose. Most of the time there's nothing or almost nothing inside of these controls. Nothing, there's of course, there can be nothing. Or there need to like be a freaking leprechaun in it. He escaped when I open it up. Alright. Okay. So let's see. So first of all, the only thing that contains this controller of is two shells. They're like very thin wires. The only downside, they solder straight on the main board, so I need to be very careful that I'm not going to rip them off of the main board. But let's do a quick overview and yeah, let's see. What are we going to get in the inside? So this is made by Digital Media Cartridge Limited. I have reviewed a couple of other devices that are rebranded, or there is something going on like this company makes these for art games. Made in 2007. Holy shit. This thing is really old, like prehistoric. The switch over here, the on and off. What I already told you, black blob, so we can't see anything. And there is no information on the chip. I'm guessing this is, I think, the processor itself. But there is nothing much to see. But there is no leprechaun. That's one thing to show for. Yeah. Or is it? So in the end, there are so many ways to play old school Sega games, but this is not absolutely the way you want to do it, especially if you want to just do revisiting to the old days with a couple of games. Yeah, I don't know if they keep selling these things. I know like secondhand you can find them, but when you're looking at, let's say, like the plug and play devices, like some of them are very cool when it comes to compatibility. They feel so cheap, by the way, but actually when you're playing them, it's not that bad. But yeah, again, like, I'd rather like grab myself a Sega Mini Classic, pay a shitload more money, and get a good experience. Let me know what you think of this. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and it would be great to see you in the next video.